Phil. Okay, could you explain a bit about who you are and what you do, please?
Right, Bill Dowsland. I'm one of two people in our small family-run company, which is called Gower Optimal Algorithms Ltd. And we developed computer software specifically to maximise space utilisation and to minimise the amounts of packaging used and so on in all sorts of logistics operations. So that might be in warehousing, product design for fitting on the shelves of a supermarket, and also making sure that products that are designed fit well into shipping containers, and so that lorries, shipping containers, etc. are all well utilised by the products that they have to transport.
So what is the purpose of your work?
The general purpose is optimisation of logistics, so that as much use is made of space on pallets, in warehouses and in shipping containers by product, and also that those products are not over-packaged, so that the amounts of packaging materials used are wherever possible reduced to a minimum.
How does operational research influence company productivity?
Well, the most important thing in applying operational research techniques is to make sure that you're making best use of the limited resources that the company has. If I could give one or two examples, that might be helpful. If you're buying a high price product, then clearly the amounts of packaging around it may not be so important, because you're paying a high price for the product. It's typically these days a fairly small product, and therefore the added cost of logistics for the packaging and so on may be relatively low. However, if you've got a more traditional product that clearly is of importance to all, the costs of packaging this can be very considerable. It's a spacious product and yet a low value product. And some of you may have already be aware that in recent years a minor change to the packaging, just changing the core size of the roll that most of the supermarkets have now adopted following a move by Sainsbury's, the result of this has been, even for Sainsbury's, a saving of 500 lorry loads of product every year, and obviously UK-wide considerably more than that. So there are minor changes to design, either of, in this case, the core of a toilet roll, or in other instances the actual way the item is packaged, which can yield very major savings.
What would be the impact on customers if your software goes wrong?
The impact would be very major. I mean, one of our major customers is in the drinks industry, and they estimate that if there was an error made in the calculations of how to package those products, it could cost £100,000 or £200,000 just to overcome that single error in calculation. So therefore it is critical that our software is accurate and reliable.
Can you think of a benefit that it might bring to a company?
Well, if I give you one example from a company that I know well, that we work with regularly. Clearly many companies use cardboard boxes to package their products. One of the issues with these boxes is, firstly, do they fit very well into a shipping container or onto a distribution pallet? And one of the objectives of our software is to make sure that they do. So we've come up with algorithms, exact algorithms, which can guarantee that they're fitting as many as possible onto a distribution pallet.
Okay, and finally, can you please give us your personal view on why you think a career in operational research is exciting?
I think what I find exciting about it is that from one day to the next, you don't know, in our particular business, what product you're going to be dealing with. In the last 2 weeks, I've had phone calls from one company that was packaging flowers, one packaging, or rather loading 3.5 ton stones, and another that was trying to work out the best way of loading a very non-standard distribution pallet with product. So the real excitement is firstly developing the algorithms to tackle what are often very different problems from very different sorts of customers, and at the same time seeing the benefits that this can give in terms of, if you like, greening the planet, reduced packaging use, reduced fuel use, and an improved environment as a result of that.
Okay, that's great. Thanks ever so much, Bill.
Thanks indeed.